Richard, thanks so much for coming along. Appreciate you being involved, because Richard's now the sponsor for this season. Menswear 46 is a sponsor for this season, and the reason I asked Richard was because I actually got my suit here for my daughter's wedding, and my son got his suit as well, which we all look fantastic in the photographs, absolutely fantastic in the photographs. So Richard and Gary and his team and Ruth did a fantastic job. Richard, just go back a bit before we talk about the business. When was what was your first summer job?
My first summer job, God, was back in the 80s, and I got a lawnmower and I walked around my neighbourhood cutting people's lawns.
Did you?
Yeah. So that would have been, I suppose, 1986, 1987.
Really?
And then from that I got a job cutting the grass in Sutton Castle, and I suppose that was my first kind of, job working for somebody else or whatever,
It's an amazing amount of children whose first job is actually getting the father's lawnmower out.
Yeah.
And going door to door.
Yeah.
Trying to get a few bob together for the summer.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just, and if the summer and the weather is great, happy days.
Yeah, it makes all the difference.
It makes all the difference. So from there, did you go to college? What did you do?
Yeah. So I left school in 1989, and at the time, the 80s being the way they were with jobs and whatnot, really there was no job opportunity. So one of the reasons I went to college was because there was no job waiting for me. So I went to UCD and I studied economics.
All right, okay.
And I graduated in 1993. And from 1993, I left to go and visit my sister who was living in Hong Kong. And the intention was I was supposed to come back and do a master's. And the intention was spend the summer in Hong Kong working whatever bars or whatever else.
Yeah.
And then I'd come home. But when I went there, I kind of got the bug for travelling.
Did you?
And I loved it. And I started kind of hanging around with all these backpackers from all areas of the world. And I ended up staying in Hong Kong for the year. And obviously I never did my master's, never came back. And then from that I started backpacking. And I went to, I got a green card to the States. Actually, it was around the same time they were doing the embassy.
Yeah.
And I went to the States then after Hong Kong, and then from the States I went to Australia for a year, and loved it.
So 3 or 4 years of travelling around.
About 3 years, yeah.
Seeing other countries, what's happening in other countries, their lifestyles, their culture, all
Yeah,
that type of stuff.
yeah. I mean, I just love the whole, experiencing new things. Like Australia was fabulous. I love the States as well. Sorry, and it was just, it was something I never thought about doing, was because of the people I met in Hong Kong. Because it's a kind of jumping point for lots of places.
It is, yeah.
For backpackers, and I just liked the idea, and I didn't really at the time, as I say, there was nothing kind of saying to me like, well, you better come back.